Welcome friends, LostScarf here, and it's time for Expeditions Viking. This is from Logic Artists. Let me say that again, Logic Artists, and this is a $30 game. They made another one called Expeditions Conquistadors like 4 years ago. This game has me hooked. I've been playing for 10 hours straight. I can't stop playing this game. I just can't. It's worth the $30. I like it a lot. I don't know why it's mixed. Well, I get why it's mixed, because it's kind of old school in how it plays, but it's also just done very well. There's a lot of dialogue to it. The choices you make will affect things later on, depending on a lot of different ways you do things. It's very good. They did a very good job with this game. Let me go into it and show you already. I'm going to be just summarizing a lot of dialogue as we go through because I want to show you the gameplay and some of the concepts of the game. But you can be male or female, and there will be some effects because of your choice of gender in the game. Certain things are affected. There's different portraits you got for the female, there's different portraits you got for the male, and it's just random in here. Let's be this guy here. Yeah, he looks like him. There you go. So, our name is Amstein Judge. I'm sorry I cannot pronounce these names at all. So, your choices that you make throughout the game will affect things later on. The alignment system is everyone has a couple things that they like or dislike, and your choices will affect their morale towards you. So, depending on how you play, whether you're a very underhanded person or an honorable person, or you're very aggressive or you're very greedy, will affect different characters and how they see you. I've yet to see what that does yet, though. Even after 10 hours, I've yet to see what their alignment with you does. Let's go in. Oh, right. Stats. So, strength, endurance, finesse, perception, and senses will affect different things. Finesse is really good for spears. Perception is really good for bows. Strength is all the other weapons. Endurance for just HP and such. And blocking. So, let's say our guy just is very strong, but he just has very little sense. No. He has very little finesse. He's very brutish in how he does things. He's very strong, and he notices things a little bit, but he is just really bad at kind of just having finesse. So you're not really good at the quick things. This is how you're affected by that. Now let's say, because he's all that strength but not much finesse, let's say he is an axe user and a shield user, so he's good at blocking and hitting. And then you have offensive skills, and they're affected by whatever you have. You need more finesse if you want to dual wield. Let's say he's just got that strength in the axes and the shields. He also likes to shout a lot, which you can give using sense stats. This gives your teammates different buffs, so that's good to have. Then there's utility skills. These are good for like repairing and for camping and stuff like that. You have to camp in this game when you're in the overworld. You mean in the outworld. Hunting, constitution, just different nice things that you can have that'll help you and your team. Let's say you're a good scout. And over here is other extra things you can have, and I really like having Keen Eye. This one gives me 50% armor piercing, so that's really nice. I got 3 more points. Let's use that to get... You see all these other things like Adrenaline Rush. When you have 20% of your HP, you get 30% increase the melee damage, which is really nice. Or I could have increased the critical chance, or night vision, mental resistance. I'm gonna go with, there's a 3 already, opportunist, so I get more opportunity attacks. Now this game is tactical hex-based RPG. That's pretty good. And you can see, because I chose a bunch of warrior stuff, I'm known as a warrior. You saw it change to this at some point. It wasn't in the description earlier. And that should be everything. So check out this really good opener. This really hooked me in. Sets the stage very well.
Your father was a great warrior and a good husband, but he was not a strong chieftain to his clan. As he travels to join his brothers in the halls of Valhalla, you must take his place. Our clan is beset by petty squabbles. Some amongst our people would contest your claim to leadership, as they sought discord our neighbors' plot against us. Gather your most trusted clansmen. Together you will face dangers which none can predict. You will be challenged on your leadership, your resolve, your wisdom. Build a ship and take your housecarls across the sea. Power and strength for our clan must be sought outside the Norse lands. If you show yourself to be bold, the gods will follow you into battle. Your legacy will live for 1,000 years beyond your time. Our clan must prevail.
I really like that opener. So in this game, you have choices and things you can do. You can be very diplomatic. You can be a traitor. You can be a raider. I wish I could rhyme those three together. You can be Diplater. I don't know. But there's different things you can do in this game. You can be a very peaceful ruler. You can be a man of the people. You can be just this hard warrior guy. Aid me, Odin, in my effort to bind the struggles of a bygone time as glimmering light on glass. So there's a lot of different ways you can play it. You can be a real jerk. You can be a real nice guy. You can have a silver tongue. There's a lot of things you can do in this game. I like these kind of RPGs. And I have the funniest cross eyes going on here. Okay, so we're at the father's funeral. So they're all eating and everything. The game tries very hard to be historically accurate as far as I can tell. At least that's what they say. And we are a Thane. And Thanes just ruled an area. And there's 3 other Thanes here with neighboring areas. And so, of course, with our father dead, some of them might or may not be plotting against us. You're not really sure at this point. But the game will give you little hints here and there. So we can talk to all these different people. Here's Skull the Skull Cleaver. I'm just going to summarize this guy. He says he's sorry about Dad's death and everything. He's being very kind about everything. And I say my things and who have his opinion on things. You can choose to be very cordial or very mean to these guys. That's the thing you can do. So you can have different conversations, what's going on. What's interesting is the way you talk to these guys will affect things down the line. You can be very aggressive with them, or you can be very just kind of calm with them. Because not all the dialogue in the game is done by challenges. Some of it's just by the way you talk to people and the way you perceive things, even without having to do like a perception check and stuff like that. Which is something I like. And now there's another guy right here. And we're just talking with him. We're being very cordial. That's what we're doing. We're being very cordial there. And at least that's the way I played it. You can be really aggressive and mean to all these guys, but that'll just give you really bad diplomacy later on. This is your brother. He's kind of a weak guy. So they chose you over him. And yeah, so you're just talking to him. You're very protective of your older brother. You can be if you want, or you can just treat him like crap. Here's one of your bros. Katil, he's an archer, so he's a cunning guy. He's a very, he's greedy, he's cunning, he is lower on the morals, so if you do less moral things, he'll like you a lot. And so we're just talking with him, and he's just telling us things. He's telling us that, talking about Nefjar over there, which is your buddy. Talking about Azalif? Azalif is family, but he disagrees with the fact that you are Thane and not him. He feels like he should be Thane, so you can talk to him about that.
Our condolences on the passing of your father. At least he died the way he would have wanted. He will be feasting with the gods tonight.
And there you go. And we're just talking, and he's like, he wants to be Thane instead of you. And so you're talking with him, being cordial with him, or you can be very aggressive with him. And that'll come to a head later on. And then here's Raghild. This lady is a bit of a badass. This lady's pretty dang cool. And you're just talking with her, you can say things about the king and everything, and there you go. And I'm being very nice about it, and I gained some reputation with her group by talking with her correctly. Then we talk to Nefja. Nefja!
There you are. The feast seems to be off to a good start.
The cool thing is that you can be a male or female leader. You can also, because Vikings are Vikings, there were lady fighters, and this is your shield maiden. She will fight really hard for you. Pretty cool. She has a 6th sister, which you will help out later on. Because of course you will. That's a quest. How is that not going to be a quest? And now we're going to sit with her mother. But then crap happens. Katil goes outside. And next thing you know, he gets beat the hell up outside. And Odar is here. So Otar, this is our first battle. He's like, he's a drunk farm boy. And he's like, you know what? Screw it. We don't like you as Thane. We want you to not be Thane. And so Nefja's kind of annoyed. I'm like, okay, let's go, Nefja. And so we're going to go outside and fight them. But we got to get our equipment. So let's go over here. Here's my equipment. Take it all. And tutorial here. And so here is my equipment. I'm going to go ahead and put my stuff on, of course. Put a bow here. Shield. Axe. Get some mead. You have items you can have for you in battle. And here's Nefja. She has high finesse, as you can see, because she's good with a spear. You got good endurance. She's not very strong. Well, she doesn't need strength because she's using a spear. Perception's not the best, and then she has sense. Here's where all the equipment is. You can look at the other character stuff here. So here's the skills. Now, leveling in this game, there's not XP. Every time you win a battle or you complete quests, you get skill points. You can use those skill points to upgrade and such. So if you want a certain thing you want, it'll take a couple points. You'll just do a couple battles and you'll put it up. That'll be real nice. And this is for later on. You have to upgrade your town. You have to, between prosperity and power. You need a lot of both in the end, honestly, of course. and it requires whatever stuff you have right here to make things. Here's your quest area, here's your faction look. Right now your people respect you, you can make them love you and stuff like that. There's options. One more thing about Nefja is, here it is, aggressive, honorable, skeptical, and independent. So the choices you make, if they align with these, she'll like you. If they're opposite of this, she won't like you as much. Here's her little history right here. And so you learn a lot about your character. Right now she's indifferent. So let's go outside with Nefja. Oh, we gotta talk to Nefja real
I
quick.
hope Kettle is all right.
Let's go outside. And so you're outside. Everyone wants to watch the fight. 4 against 1. Now it's not. And you can choose how you want to talk with them. He just mentioned, Kettle, you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm good. I just say to them, yeah, does their father know he's destroying his name? And they're like, no, we're here to fight our own. And they want Asalef to be the leader. And he's like, you've gone too far. There's no honor in this. So he's going to take our side instead. It's like, fine, well, they'll just kill you all. So it's a 4-on-4 fight, so here's combat. So hex-based. Now, the way the circles work, green is your range of combat. You move in this, you can attack as well. Yellow is like sprinting. You can go whatever distance, but you can't attack anymore. Here's the one thing I wish more games did. Your turn isn't over until it's over. So I can move this distance. I can move this distance. I can move this distance. Like, you don't just can only move once and then it's all gone. No, you can move as whatever in that distance and whatever in this distance. But once you go out of the green into the yellow, you can't go back. So you gotta keep that in mind. So here we are right here. If I move, I'll get hit by attack of opportunity, so let's not move. So I'm in this guy's face right now. Let's go ahead and just hit him. Actions and movements. There you go. We hit him. There you go. Now we're going to have her attack. With a spear, you attack from 2 range. And with her other skill, she can attack from 3 range, but it will do 75% damage. So, hit him. And Otar goes down. Now the thing is, you see him, he's on the ground, he's incapacitated. I forgot to turn this off. He's incapacitated, he's not dead, he just got hurt. There's a chance of killing, but there's also a chance of not killing. Now here's the thing. If you do not kill your opponents, it will affect things later on down the line. And if you kill your opponents, it'll affect things later down the line as well. There are enemies you can turn to allies by not killing them. So you can go non-lethal. I'm going to go non-lethal on all 4 of these guys to show you something. And now we're going to use our archer. He's going to shoot. Now, he can't shoot this guy because he's got his line of sight broken by that rock. But he can shoot this guy. Now, he has a skill here where he can shoot twice, but he has 30% less accuracy. But this guy's pretty damn close. 95%? There's a lot of closeness, so it's actually 80% because it went over 100. You can't have perfect, though. So shoots. That's once, and he's going to shoot him again. And down he's going to go. And there's no cooldowns. He can do this again next turn. Now we're going to have Aslif go out and go attack this guy. You can see his skills. I'm going to show you one of his skills. So we're going to go over here. And I'm going to rebuke. So I'm going to kick the guy away. Boot it! There you go. Just kick him away just to show one of the other skills. Could also gone for the stun. That's another thing we could have done. There's things we could have done. Now we're done. We can still move people around if we want in these ranges. So we're going to move them closer to our enemy over here. There we go. And end the turn. Now it's their turn. They're demoralizing. That decreases accuracy. This guy's backing off, getting cover. Gonna shoot it. Now he blocks with his shield. Shields are, well, shields. There's a chance of you blocking, there's a chance of you not blocking. And you can also repair your shield. But once that shield's broken, well then all they can do is, of course, just hit your hit points. You can go over and hit this guy. In the cover system, they're just mentioning that. But it doesn't really mean anything if you're not an archer. And this guy's going down. And we chose to incapacitate, not kill, so he's not going to die. Non-lethal. Shoot this guy. Bam! He's harried. That's a status effect on him. And we finish him off. But he's not dead, he's only incapacitated. Your teammates, they get incapacitated too. Sometimes you will survive after getting your entire team wiped, because it will just affect the story. And there's times when everyone getting wiped will kill you, there's times when everyone getting wiped will not kill you, but it will affect the story. But there we go, and guys, they're all knocked out. So here's the question. What do I do now? Do I spare them, or do I kill them? Now, you can spare them, show that you are a nicer guy, but some of these things will not like it. Some people will not like that you spared them, while others will be totally okay with you sparing them because it shows, what's the word here? Mercy. But no, we're doing killing them. We're going to execute them, and this tells everyone who we are. Now look where everyone is. Knifed. There you go. We killed them. We incapacitated them just to kill them later. Now, a thing is, if you spare them, when I did my first one, I spared them. I said, okay, this is not the way to do it. The way to do it is do it the proper way, to challenge me outright. And so, Aslif, he challenges you outright for things. He's like, alright, well then, okay. And we can try to talk our way out of it, but I'm just going to accept it. And we're going to go meet him at an island to fight him. I'll talk to Katil. And he's like, what the hell? They're like, well, what do you want to say about the situation? Nefja will offer to fight for you. The thing is, so, if we went for a high diplomacy or something, and we're just not really good at fighting, and we got skill points for that fight, we're not really good at fighting, and we don't think we can win that fight, we can have Nefja fight for us. It won't look well on us to have her fight for us, but still, we're not dead, and we don't lose Thainship. So it's a choice we can have. And Erling is the father of those 4 guys we just killed. And like, we'll deal with him after the duel tomorrow. So I can talk to Nefja. This is going to be her offering to fight for us. It's like, I got to handle it myself. It's like, look, he's strong. And I think I can deal with him. It's like, no, I got him. I'll take care of it. Don't you worry. We just talk to this lady. And she likes how you slaughtered those guys. She really likes how you slaughtered those guys. Like, yeah, I enjoyed it. He's like, oh, he's into you now. He's definitely into you. Let's go see your mother. Discussing your options and just talking about things. And she's like, well, we can do some things to fight him. He's like, oh, okay, well, what can we do? She's like, we can poison him. It's like, I want to beat him, not kill the man, but we can still consider it, though. We can still consider it, though. It's an option we can have. So we get 3 options here. This is what I like, is a lot of things give you options, so you have different choices you can do. So we can choose to talk to the witch and get some poison and poison the man tonight before the battle tomorrow, which will just make him weaker, because the witch will do just enough to weaken him, not kill him. We can also go see the smith and talk to him about getting better equipment for the fight, and we can also see the huntress and have her make a trap for the man. So we can affect how we do the battle. We can be a little more cunning about the fight instead of just straightforward beating the guy. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk to the blacksmith. We're going to talk to him, and we're like, hey, I need your help in this battle. He's like, I don't want to help you out. If I do, it pretty much I'll be implicit in killing one of you guys. He's like, look, the guy's really strong. I'm not. If you help me out, then it's on even terms, because I don't plan on killing him, but he might kill me. So he's like, look, so you can go sense. You can sense danger. He's like, look, you calm down. He's like, alright. He's like, fine, I will give you armor. And that's what he did. He gave us cured armor right there, because I passed the sense check, so we have armor now. It's way better than our lack of armor, so that's great. And so now we got armor from talking to him. Now we can also talk to the huntress. And we're going to be like, hey, can we make a trap? While in the battle I can get the guy captured. And he's like, well, I won the fight by capturing. He's like, yeah, we can do that. Not the most honorable way, but it is a way to take care of things. And so what we do is we talk to her, and she's like, oops, I accidentally clicked the wrong one. So now she doesn't do she's not gonna do the trap. We can talk to the witch, but that's a bit of a dialogue, so we'll skip that. I want to end this with the battle with Asalith. But honestly, of course, if you beat Asalith through poison instead of through combat, he's not going to want to be really happy with that. Because what happens is, with that battle, is you fight him, and if you're honorable about your fight, he'll be willing to join you. If you're dishonorable about the fight, he'd rather you just kill his ass. At least that's what my understanding is, because I've only done honorable. I would assume if you do underhanded things, he'd rather you kill him, because he doesn't want to run under a dishonorable person. Because your choices do affect the game, and you can lose characters that you would get in different runs. So there's a lot of replayability to this game, because just different things you can do. The next day at noon. So the way the duel works is you fight to the first person who wins 3 times. So that's pretty cool. It's like, do you want me to fight? We're like, no. No, I'm going to fight him. Let's see here. Okay, we can be very aggressive about fighting. There he is. He's over there. And let's go have our fight. This is a one-on-one fight, so it's just one-on-one tactics here. We talk to him, and we can have her fight for us. We're like, no, I will fight him. And so it's going to be a one-on-one duel, me versus him. So the loser decides whether or not they will join the winner, or be exiled, or join the winner, or be killed or exiled. So that's how it goes. So now he's challenging us, and we get the first turn because we're being challenged. I'm gonna go hit him really hard. Oh, right there. Good hit. Now it's his turn, turning out lethal. I'm not gonna kill him, just gonna wreck him. So hit him again. There we go. Next hit's gonna take him out unless he blocks with his shield. So very straightforward fight here. Bam! Oh no, he blocked it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Hit him again. Oh, he blocked it again. Good for him. He's going down now. Oh no. Oh, he fixed his shield, which gives him more chances. If he keeps blocking me, then I won't be able to kill him. Well, knock him out. Hit him! Oh, he's blocking very well. Now, if he does not brace that... Nope, he didn't brace it. He's very reliant on the fact that I keep hitting the shield and not him. Take another swing! Oh, that's a bad sign for me right now. Oh, he went for the attack. He's going down. Lucky me. Down he goes. Round 1 goes to me. Because we don't want to accidentally kill this guy, because he's actually a really strong fighter to have. Now, we lost some durability in that fight. There's a chance of not losing durability. He gets up, he's going to go get another shield. And we can talk to him. We can be really arrogant about the fight, or we can just be a dick about it. I'm going to be nice about it. Because I'm trying to work him over to make him join me as I'm talking to him. Now he's over there, so since he's at a distance, I'm going to shoot an arrow at him. Whoop! He blocked it, unfortunately for me. But he is harried, which helps. He's next to me, but he can't hit me. So it's my turn to hit him. Bam! There you go. Good hit. His turn. Blocked it. Hit him again. There we go. One more good hit and he's down. Oh, he got me. He got me. But down he goes. Round 2 mine. There we go. He's going to go get his third and final shield for one more round against me. We didn't lose any durability that time, that's good. And so we just can talk to him some more. I hope to serve with you as my Huskarl, or the worst thing I could possibly be, would still be better than you. You can just say mean things, like, I want you to be one of my dudes. So he's like, well, what are you going to do? He's like, you know what? I would build up a defense. He's like, well, you're wiser than your father then. Okay, so we're still a good distance so we can shoot him again. Maybe he won't block this time? Or I just missed like a dork? Okay, that happened. So he's over here, switching up, and let's hit him! Oh, well, that shield really absorbs the damage there, though. You can also do expose, where you pull the enemy's shield. So now they're exposed, so now they can't block. Whoops, wrong thing. Now, the thing about that, though, is... I actually... How long can he not block is the thing I actually have not been paying attention. Yeah, it's only for that turn. So, here's the thing. The way this works is you pull the guy's shield down so he can't block, so your teammate's gonna hit him. Doing it myself doesn't do anything. He's just able to block after the turn ends. So it's really useful as a teammate tactic, not as a one-on-one tactic. Wanted to double check that. Hit him! Down he goes! Alright. That's it, we win! And now we get our choice. Now, if we won by less honorable means, I really don't think he'd want to work for us. But right now he's like, he accepts surrender, he pledges himself to our service. So we can accept it, we can exile him, or we can kill him. We will accept it. And now he's one of us. So now we have a party of 4 for the next battle. Now we just leave. And that's enough being shown there. What happens next is, well, more plot, of course. So we've done that. He's on the team now. And we got to figure out what we want to do next. And, oh yeah, the next thing we got to do is we got to deal with the farm. So we can choose whether or not we kill the father of those 4 guys who attacked us, or we spare him. If you kill him, certain people like it. If you spare him, certain people don't like it. It really depends on your choice and who's with you, what they feel about everything. And it's really interesting because you got to think about late game and early game. Like, you want people to like you right now, but you also got to think about, well, killing this guy and his farm group would be bad for prosperity. But some people don't like that you don't kill him if you don't kill him. I didn't kill him because I wanted to maintain prosperity. But you have all these different options where things will go better for you in some ways, but go worse for you in others. One last thing to talk about is, eventually in the conversation in this game, you figure out that someone's trying to kill you and your family and is trying to take over your land. One of the things is trying to do that. And so you have 1 year to make your place good enough that they can't take it. They can't take it by force, they can't take it by the athing, which is having the king choose against you, things like that. And so your plan is to sail across the sea to another land to either be a major trader or a major raider. At the same time, you're dealing with diplomacy with the lands next to you, and so you got to be very good at where you are at home and where you are at sea. And so there's a lot of things to consider and do, and it's pretty damn cool. And there's the time limit there is, if you don't get your ship ready in time by a certain point with the time limit, well then you game over. And if you don't do this by a certain time, game over, and so on and so forth, because you have to accomplish certain things before it's too late, because if you don't, well then, well, you're not going to be prepared in time and everything goes to hell. And this is a complaint that people have, is, well, you can't explore as much because of that time limit, and that's fine. You can have multiple playthroughs for that. Especially, like, I encourage to do multiple playthroughs, because do as a male, do as a female, do as a jerk, do it as this, do as that, be underhanded, be honorable. There's some different ways to play it. It's very fun, a lot of replayability. That's why I think it's worth $30. It's really good. So that right there is the one-shot for Expeditions Viking, and it's just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, recommend it a lot. I had fun playing it, hope you had fun watching. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.